All right, everybody, welcome to my new little side project here called bench racing. So this is going to be where we do news, talk about automotive news and stuff like that. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I've been doing Jeep stuff, off-road stuff. But honestly, I'm a car guy just like anybody else, and I pay attention to all the comings and goings of automotive stuff. So whether it's Jeep, Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford, Ram, car racing, rally, NASCAR, whatever catches my eye in the moment, that's what I'm about. So I figured instead of having those conversations in my head or to people, that I just talk to on a normal basis, we'd turn it into a series. So welcome to bench racing. This isn't going to be like just news or whatever. It's going to be like hanging out in the garage or talking about, what's happening in all the automotive world right now, and I'm going to give you my honest opinions on, what's going on. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, everybody, let's I'm going to crack me open a beverage here, and we're going to get into it. All right, the first thing that caught my eye this week, Jeep. New Gladiator 2027 has been officially announced, and unfortunately, nothing changed. I didn't see anything where they have a new anything. It's all the same stuff. So no new facelift or no new powertrain options, no new nothing. So same old, hopefully soon, 2028, maybe we'll get a new facelift Jeep or some new something. They just finally changed the interiors to the match the JLs. So Gladiators are, just following suit, I guess. No new powertrain, no new Hemi. So, eventually, I guess, something will happen, hopefully soon, but don't look forward to that happening anytime soon. I don't understand why Jeep doesn't go ahead and put the Hemi in. I guess because of, the higher-ups don't want that to happen. They're putting the 392 into every model now of Jeep. You can get your $100,000 Jeep with a Hemi, and now up to down to a $69,000 or $60,000 range Hemi Jeep 392. So I don't understand why they can't put the 5.7 in the Gladiator, but it is what it is. So moving on to that, we're going to stay with Jeep here. The new, I'm looking at it right here. The new Jeep 12 I'm really late on this deal. They had the Moab 392, the White Cap, the 85th anniversary, the Willys 392, Rock Slide, the Rerun, which is cool, the 250th anniversary Jeep, which I was kind of hoping was going to be a super Jeep, but wasn't. Sarge now announced, and then now the newest one is the Laredo package. They're bringing back the Laredo package from the CJ7 era, which is really cool. I like this graphics package. Based on a Willys package, so they're gonna give you a different grille. I'll put some pictures up here. Tan top. The graphics package is cool. I'll put all kinds of pictures and stuff in here, but you can get it in a 2-door or 4-door, which is really cool. And of course, you can get, which is really cool, you can get different combos of colors. So you can get in a 41, black, white, hydro blue, juice, Earl, which looks good, firecracker, and then crystal. I would either get it in black or white, but it's what it is. But this is the new 12 for 12 out from Jeep. We'll have to see what the rest of it is going to be because it's halfway through the year now. We're in the 7th month here. So we only got a couple more months to go to see what kind of stuff Jeep's going to pull out for the rest of this year until 2027 comes around. So Next thing I want to talk about is AEV. So AEV, you know, they build stuff for Jeeps. They have the AEV Wranglers, Gladiators and stuff. They have now stepped into the Super Duty market with the AEV. They're calling it the 370 package, which is basically building it around 37s. It's going to have AEV bumpers, the suspension, wheels, and all that stuff to get your F-250 come factory from the dealer with 37s. And it's starting at, it says here, $19,999. So that's not bad for that. But, I mean, you know, what's a Super Duty cost nowadays? You know, Super Duties are like, you know, 69,000, 70,000 base. So, and then you're going to have to add $20,000 on top of that just to fit 37s, which most of the time to fit 37s on these 3/4 ton trucks, you can just get away with like a spacer lift or something like that. But AEV is known for, you know, making it where it's actually compliant with, you know, rules and regulations and stuff like that. And then the bumpers, of course, so now you can have a winch, lighting upgrade, rear. I don't know if they have a rear winch or whatever, or a rear bumper or whatever, but let's go in here and we'll check it out while we're sitting here. But it comes with a steel winch capable front bumper, high clearance rear bumper, AEV 4-inch dual sport suspension, Bilstein tuned shocks, 18-inch they're 18-inch Salta wheels, BFG KO3s, not KM3s, a graphics package, some kind of AEV branding and a warranty, so that way you know it's covered. So, yeah. But that's pretty much it. Oh, a calibration module, so your stuff works for you. But yeah. So AEV now is in the Ford game. They already had the Jeep Wrangler, the Gladiator, Colorado, Silverado 1500, Silverado HD, Canyon, Sahara 1500, Sierra HD, and of course the Prospector, which is the Ram stuff. They've had those for a while. And then the Gladiator and the Wrangler. So that's AEV news for you. That's pretty cool. I thought, you know, off-road, we're going to stick with the off-road stuff. But now let's move into Toyota. So the Tundra's been out for a while now, this new body style Tundra, and it looks like in 2027 they are getting a facelift. It's getting a front facelift, so, and a new package. The 2027 Tundra is now getting a Trailhunter edition, which is cool, and they changed the front end. Says here on their Toyota official website, upgraded design and features sharper, more powerful exterior. Trailhunter package expands factory built-in overlanding capability. Now features a standard 14-inch screen, which all these new vehicles are getting the big screens. Safety Sense 4.0, and it says details are planned to be announced in fall of 2026. Full Tundra details. So I guess other Tundra models, if they do a new TRD Pro or you know, they had this Tundra. Let's see, what was it called? The Tundra Raptor version, whatever it's called. Let's see. Oh my lord. Tundra, the Tundra Rap, they're calling it the, what are they calling it? I can't remember. But, yeah. They had a trademark for it. I don't. Let's see. Here's the name right here. Here's the article. The TRD Hammer. So we'll see if the Hammer is in the new, it's Raptor Fighter, RHO Fighter, will be coming soon with this new facelift. The Trailhunter package is structurally cheaper, you know, more entry level. SR5 truck from the factory, and then the package adds Michelin LTX trail tires, 265/70 R18s, an Old Man Emu, upgraded suspension, front recovery hooks, additional underbody protection, and that's pretty much it. It has multi-terrain select, of course, crawl control, a rear diff locker, and has different wheels. Has like these gold plated wheels, or they're bronze plated wheels. So, and it has like lights in the bumper. So I don't know, pretty cool. Good to see Toyota trying some stuff. Also, too, with that, the Sequoia is also getting a, let's see if I can find it here. Sequoia is also getting a elevated style upgrade. They're also getting the Trailhunter package because now the Sequoia and the Tundra both have the same front end. So it is also getting the Trailhunter package, same deal, SR5 upgrade package, Michelin tires, Old Man Emu suspension, factory recovery hooks, underbody protection support to make you an overlander. So that's pretty cool. Nice to see Toyota trying to do stuff. The really cool Toyota news that I saw was, and I'll put pictures in because I got pictures of it. So for a while here, Toyota's been teasing about a new sports car. And looks like they might have been caught testing the new MR2. So there's actually pictures out there and video of the new MR2. Well, a car. They have been testing the power plant for this MR2 for a while. I watched a video on it earlier, a couple of weeks ago. It was pretty interesting that the GR development guys, engineers, are taking mules that are GR Corollas and Yaris's and racing them. That way they can get the powertrain down good, and then they're gonna, I guess, put it in a MR2 or a mid-engined vehicle. But yeah, I got pictures. I'll show you that. And yeah, so I think that's all I got to talk about today. I don't know, what are we doing with this guy? So I don't know how I'm gonna do this or what I'm gonna do, you know. It's gonna be a talking thing. I'm gonna have y'all come up and, I mean, you're gonna have to, come up with stuff for me to talk about. I don't know. We're just have a conversation back and forth, Also, too, I wanted to put in here, I got my notes out here. Days of Thunder was announced that they are shopping that around for a revamp. So there's been talks that, Tom Cruise and them are out, trying to get that movie back off the ground. They're out in NASCAR asking people, getting some, legwork done. So Days of Thunder could be coming out. Good movie back in the day. But yeah. Other than that, don't really have any more news that I found interesting this week. This is not going to be my normal thing. We're still going to do Jeep stuff. We're still going to do trail stuff. We're still going to do all that other stuff. I just thought I'd come on here now and have a video where I can make when I don't have all this stuff going on. Or, I just like to talk about what's going on in the world, and, when these new vehicles come out, and, like the Ram, when Ram had their thing a couple weeks ago with their new sports truck, the Rumblebee stuff, that was cool. Just stuff like that. I can get on here and see what y'all are thinking, and, just have a new way to get out there and talk to you all and get connected with you all. But I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. Tell me what you like about it, don't like about it. I'm just kind of rambling on here. But yeah, I don't know. This is the first one, so just like when I made my first YouTube video, we're going to build from here and make it better. But yeah, so tell me what you like, what you don't like. Talk about stuff. What should we talk about the next time? Should we add more, stuff like, I don't know, going on there and trying to look at, you know, other stuff. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. But I figured I'd get on here because I kind of was upset about the Gladiator thing. They're really, you know, they got all these big plans. Scrambler's supposed to be coming out, and I got my reservations about the Scrambler. They better not screw that up. I swear they better not screw that up. But I'm hoping it's not some IFS thing. You know, it's supposed to be an SRT deal, so it better be a straight axle, you know, shorter between a 4-door and a Gladiator off-roader. They better be not not some kind of like, you know, Tacoma thing or whatever. So, but anyways, so let me know what you think. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Tell me if you like the name, or not. I don't know. But this has been bench racing for this week. We'll see you in the next one. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below, and we'll see you next week or when the next one I come out with. So, thanks for watching.